Once upon a time, there was a small town in the middle of nowhere that had a dark history. Legend had it that many years ago, a family had lived in a house on the outskirts of town. The family consisted of a mother, father, and their young daughter. The family was said to have been very reclusive and rarely interacted with anyone in the town. One night, the entire family disappeared without a trace. The townspeople searched for them, but they were never found. The house was left abandoned and became a source of fear and fascination for the people of the town. Years later, a group of teenagers decided to explore the abandoned house. They entered the house and began exploring the creepy rooms. As they made their way to the basement, they noticed a foul smell coming from one of the rooms. Curiosity getting the better of them, they opened the door to investigate. What they saw inside was a scene straight out of a horror movie. The walls were covered in blood, and there were dismembered body parts scattered around the room. The teenagers quickly realized that they had stumbled upon the remains of the missing family. As they were trying to make their way out of the house, they heard footsteps coming from upstairs. Terrified, they hid in a closet, hoping that whoever was coming wouldn't find them. Suddenly, the door to the closet opened, and they came face to face with a figure wearing a mask. They screamed and ran out of the house as fast as they could. The next day, the police investigated the house and found that the figure wearing the mask was actually a deranged serial killer who had been using the abandoned house as his hideout. The remains of the missing family were just some of his many victims. To this day, the town is still haunted by the dark history of the abandoned house and the terrifying events that occurred there. A group of friends decided to take a trip to a secluded cabin in the woods for a weekend getaway. The cabin was owned by the family of one of the friends and had been unused for years. The friends arrived at the cabin and settled in for a fun weekend of drinking, grilling, and exploring the surrounding woods. As the night fell, they decided to sit around a campfire and tell scary stories. One of the friends told a story about a serial killer who had once roamed the very woods they were in. The group laughed nervously, but as they prepared to head back into the cabin, they realized that one of their friends was missing. They searched the cabin and the surrounding area, calling out their friend's name, but there was no response. As they searched deeper into the woods, they stumbled upon an old abandoned cabin. As they approached, they could hear strange noises coming from inside. Against their better judgment, they entered the cabin to investigate. What they found inside was a horrifying sight. There were satanic symbols painted on the walls, and the smell of rotting flesh filled the air. The group quickly realized that they had stumbled upon the hideout of the serial killer from the story they had just told. As they turned to leave, they heard footsteps coming from upstairs. They hid in a nearby closet, hoping to go unnoticed. However, the killer found them and began taunting them from outside the closet door. In a panic, they burst out of the closet and made a run for it. One by one, the friends were caught and killed by the serial killer. Only one friend managed to escape and make it back to civilization to tell the tale. The cabin in the woods was never used again, and to this day, no one knows what became of the missing friends. The tale of the friends who went to the cabin in the woods became a cautionary tale for anyone who dared to venture into the dark woods.